The next company to take the stage, though, is in the wings and ready, so please welcome Crypho to the stage. Come on, gentlemen.
Thank you. You. Oh, just give us a second to set up. Sorry. You ready? Yes. Crypho is confidential chat and file sharing for business protected with end-to-end encryption. Now, you've all seen these screens. They're called Bloomberg terminals, and they're all over Wall Street and all the stock markets. One of the applications in them is a chat application that traders use to talk amongst themselves. Now, Bloomberg, who delivers them, was caught red-handed only 2 weeks back, letting their employees spy on the contents of chats of other traders, causing companies like Citibank to flee the Bloomberg chat application. Industrial espionage is something we think of as affecting only the large enterprises. But Symantec, international security company, released a report this month saying that industrial espionage, 50% of cases are targeted at small and medium companies, companies that are not very prepared at defending themselves against it. Now, what we've done to try to remedy this is to build an application on top of the work of the cryptography lab at Stanford University that allows us to do end-to-end encryption within the browser for Teams. This means that all of the data is encrypted within the browser before being sent to the network, stays encrypted with keys only you hold until it reaches your teammates on the other end. With this security framework, we built a web application that allows a team to chat, work on documents together, and share files. All under the same protection. Jorgis, my co-founder here, is going to show us how it works. He logs on using, in addition to his passphrase, he uses mandatory two-factor authentication, meaning he needs a security code on his phone generated by an app or sent by SMS. Once inside the application, he's presented with his spaces that are locked off chat rooms available only to invited members. Inside a space, thanks. He can immediately see what's been going on, since the data is persisted all the time, even when he was offline. And he can also see in the roster on the right who's a member of the space and whether they're online or not. If he wants to share with a file, say, with his teammates, all he needs to do is click the upload button, choose the file, and it's immediately encrypted within his browser before it's been transmitted to the network. As you can see, this is as easy to use as similar applications like Skype and Google and Dropbox. Now, in contrast to those, when they talk about security, what they talk about is protecting your transfer. But it is they who hold the keys to your data when they receive it and deal with how they handle it. So if an unfaithful employee or a hacker or, say, the US government wants to read your files or your chat logs, well, they can. And you don't even have to know about it. Whereas in Crypho, since it is you that hold the keys to the encryption, no one can read it, not even us. We've been in open beta for about 2 months. We got 600 users from different companies and organizations from around the world. And we're still in beta, but already we've got about 30% of them paying. In the next 6 months, we plan on focusing on mobile applications, and we're also doing video and audio conferencing, all instantly available in the browser, all end-to-end encrypted, of course. We want to make encrypted, secure communications available to anyone, everywhere, without the massive thresholds of skill and money that it takes today. Thank you.
So how are you, okay, so the 600 users, are they just random individuals and corporations right now? And the reason I ask that is, who are you going to sell this to in the enterprise, and how are you going to sell it? How are you going to convince them? Because to me, it's just yet another add-on, yet another feature. So how are you going to convince people to use this?
For the enterprise and the larger companies, we need to get further first, and we need distribution partners in order to be taken seriously. What we've done now is to target, we worked with journalism and in politics and NGOs, which are markets that are easy for us to reach just to get cash flow positive.
But doesn't the IT administrator, or the person that controls the IT in the corporation, be it the paper or the politician's office, don't they need to approve this to get it into?
Most of the time they will have to, yes. And most of the time it will solve a problem that they can't solve otherwise, because it lets them do easy to access secure communications, which is what they're after, outside their firewalls, which is very often a problem.
Can I ask you, I see two propositions in your business. One is the security part, and one is the communication and sharing and collaboration. It strikes me that the security is what you are building your proposition on, but aren't you going to kind of clash with the Yammer, Chatter, Jive, I could name 5 others, Huddle, who will just add the required level of security as a way of doing their business? So ultimately you run into that same commercial space.
You can't just add this level of security, which is the core reason they haven't done it already. Because of the way the encryption works, it has to be done as a client application for it to be done built around the key management. There's no way to build that into an application the way it exists. And for companies like Google, well, their business model is knowing all your stuff. That's how they make money. So this would be contrary to them totally.
So what is that is unique? The application or the security technology?
The security technology is what makes it unique.
Okay, so why try to build an application that you're going to run into all sorts of problems trying to get it into a specific usage, etc. If you have a unique technology that provides a higher and a better level of security, why not position yourself as a security company and license the technology for anyone that wants to build whatever?
For example, those applications.
Those applications are integrated with other ones, or etc. It seems that you're going through the most complicated route to market the product.
Right. It is a harder way to market. It isn't possible to build it onto those applications, not because of the way we've done it, but because they are not built around doing security this way. So we are limiting ourselves to the ones that are more caring about security.
And just one more question. What's wrong with, let's say, WhatsApp and stuff like that? Those are encrypted. Websites use HTTPS, inside corporations use firewalls. So what kind of company needs this level of security that is not good enough with the level of security that most applications have? How do you will sell that? I mean, if you go to an IT manager and say, I'm going to put yet another application because it is a little bit more secure, it's going to be very tough.
I see your point, but we've already heard from, say, the big 4 consulting companies that they find themselves being locked off from using things like Dropbox and Google by company policy.
For different reasons. It's not just security.
But it is basically placing unencrypted documents under a different country's jurisdiction, which you don't get when you're encrypting it and keeping the keys on your own.
Yeah, as a bank, that's definitely the case. We're not allowed to use any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about the two of you and the founding team.
Right.
Who are you and where do you guys come from?
I'm from Norway. I'm Geir. Jorgis is from Greece. It's a fun combination. We've worked together in open source for many, many years. And we've got a long background in being a part of the leadership of the Plone content management system, which is one of the largest open source, sort of more enterprisey open source content management systems around. We've also built a company around that before.
But the security technology that you've built, what's your background around that?
He's worked at ENISA, which is the European Security Agency, network security agency before, and so also from the Plone community is like a very security-oriented.
Right, so you're both spooks then, are you?
We're not spooks. We're the nice guys.
We have time for one quick more question.
10-second question. Product roadmap, what's next?
First up is mobile. Very important for us to do mobile messaging with notifications and things like that. and also instant video conferencing, where it's as simple as sending an invitation over SMS or email and having end-to-end encrypted video conferencing is the first thing we see. For some, it could be a game changer of the type of product we are doing, because it's very, very easy to access.
Great. Gentlemen, thank you very much. And congratulations for making it to the finals, and good luck.